You're welcome to today's class. So in today's class, we are going to look at Python dictionaries. Okay, you can also call it dictionaries in Python. So, and we're going to see how to create a dictionary, how to access dictionaries, and how to change items in dictionaries, and how to add elements or items in dictionaries. And also, we're going to look at how to remove items. So, it's going to be something really interesting, and just pay attention and try to walk, hand in hand with me as I go through this process. So, the first thing, like we all know, dictionary and lists, they are very important when working with Python. Is you come across it, over and over again. So it is good that you have a good mastery of how it works. So without much ado, the first thing we want to do now is to create a dictionary. So we're going to create a dictionary. So creating a dictionary. All right. So if we want to create a dictionary, how do we create a dictionary? Um, Creating a dictionary is different from creating a list. All right. When you create a list, please, if you want to know about how to work with a list, you can check the other videos that I've created. And if you want to create a list, you use what you call the block bracket to create a list. But in the case of a dictionary, you're going to create a dictionary by using the curly braces, okay, to create a dictionary. So now we're going to create a dictionary of a car. And so you use your curly braces. So we've set our curly braces. So now we want to create a dictionary. So let's say we have our model, the car model. All right. Please, when you create a dictionary, what you have on the left-hand side is what you call your key. And what you have on the right-hand side is called your value. And so, however, both of them have to be in quotation marks. So don't forget that, but they are separated by a column. All right. So now, so the model, let's assume the model is going to be Audi. All right. I think I like Audi, yeah. So it's a good German car. I love it. Okay. So, and the other one we're going to look at is we want to look at a brand of Audi. So please your comma there, and then a brand of Audi. So let's say a brand. Okay. And we have A7. Let's take A7. A7. And we have, we're going to look at the year it was manufactured. Okay. Manufacturing year. So we're going to say the year it was manufactured to be 2015. All right. So, and what other thing can we look at? So let's look at the number of doors. And let's assume the number of doors. And we have doors. Okay, and it has 4 doors. Let's assume it has 4 doors. Okay, so now with this, you see that we have created our dictionary. And please, I want to say it again. What you have on the left-hand side, these are your keys. And what you have on the right-hand side, these are your values. So a dictionary is just like a pair of keys and values. So once you understand it like that, you're not going to have any problem on creating a dictionary. So if I run this line of code, there are 2 ways to do this. You can press your shift and your enter key, or you can just run it from the top. It is fine. So any one that you do is okay. All right. So let me reset my kernel so that it starts from 1, which is okay. So, all right. So, and once I run that, and so I write my car. So if I run my car, so everything is fine, everything ran fine. So I'm good to go. So what is the next thing that we have to know? So like I told you, if I want to know the keys in this dictionary, there is a method I have to use. I have to call the key method, which is car.keys. All right. So if once I run that, you see that to display the keys, all right? The keys here that you have in this dictionary, yeah, the model, the brand, the year, and the doors. So you can see that they are displayed in a list. Okay. All right. So what about the values? If I want to see the values, all right. So, and like I said, these are the keys and these are the values. So for the values, I'll write my car dot values. And I also run this line of code, and you see that I'm going to see my values. So you see how to just see your keys and your values at a single blink. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is that we want to see how to access the values. You want to access them separately. Maybe one you want to assess what is going to be the value for the model car. We already know it is Audi. So how are we going to get it out? So accessing items in a dictionary, that's going to be the second one we're going to look into. So we're going to say accessing, all right, items in a dictionary. Okay, so now it is quite straightforward to access items in a dictionary. So what you do is this: your dictionary, which is your car, okay, which you have created, and then in this case, it's going to be in a square bracket. So, and you now put the key. If you want to access a value, you put the key of that value that you want to access. For example, your model is your key, and we want to access. We want to check what is the model, for the car dictionary that you've created. So you bring in your model, and if you run this line of code, you'll see that it's going to display Audi, which is your model. All right. So likewise, if you want to look at also the doors, okay, we want to see the number of doors. So your car, then your door, right? I hope it is S at the end, but if not, okay, it's S at the end. So I want to check the spelling. All right. So you have your doors as 4. So if you also want to look at your brand, which you can also do, your brand. So, and if you run this line of code, you see that your brand is A7. So this is just a way to access elements in a dictionary. I hope it is understood. And please, if it is not understood, try to just comment, below, this training, so that I know what to do, okay? And I know how to reach out to you or to explain something better to you. All right. So in that case, we have already learned how to access items in a dictionary. So let's look at how to change items in a dictionary. For example, we want to change this Audi A7 to A3. That is the brand. So how are we going to change it? So what we're going to do is this. Let me call it changing items, okay? So that it has a heading, changing items in a dictionary, all right? All right. So we want to do that quite also straightforward, and it's not something complicated. So what you do is just you write the dictionary that we've created, which is car, all right? And we want to change the brand. So our brand. So we want to change it to, instead of A7, we want to change it to A3. So you've got your A3 here as your brand. So once you run this line of code, and then you now try to run your car, the dictionary you've created, you'll see that the brand has not changed to A3. It was A7 before, but now it has changed to A3. It's no longer A7, but A3. So we also want to change the year. Quite A3 is an old car. You have new brand now. So let's change the year to maybe 2008. So if you want to also change the year, okay, so you call your car and your year, because that's what you want to change, WEAR. And we want to change the year to 2008. So 2008. All right. So, and run this line of code and you run your car and you will see that it is no longer, the year is no longer 2015. It is now 2008. So that is fine. I hope that is quite understood. So the next step we're going to take is this. We want to add items to our dictionary. You just want to like, how do I add some items? How do I add something to this dictionary? You just like, I want to do something. I want to test something. All right. So we're going to call that adding items. All right. Adding items. Okay. So I think it's just okay like that. At least you understand what I'm doing already. So if we want to add items, so what you just do is simple. You write your car, and what item do you really want to add? Let's look at color. We want to see what kind of color is this Audi we're talking about. So let's bring our color in. All right. Sorry, our color. And we want to call the color to be blue. Okay. And so if we want to call it to be blue, so let's see what's going to happen. So I say blue, and now once around it, it's fine. And then I write my dictionary again, car, and I run. You see that there's a color that has been added now to the dictionary, and the color is blue. All right. So invariably, I told you if you want to assess that, you want to know, what kind of color you can assess the values with their key, all right, or through their key. So that is the way to add items to a dictionary. So you can also add something else if you want to, maybe you want to add the mileage, to the dictionary. That is fine. You can just do that yourself. Just try one or two things yourself and see how it works. I feel you're going to be proud of yourself that you have done something good today. Okay, so let's look at removing items in a dictionary. Removing items. All right. So we want to remove some of these items that we have added also and see how it works. So that is quite also straightforward. So if you want to remove items, there are some methods that you can use. So you can use the pop method, you can use the pop items, and you can also use the delete. So it just depends on you, the one you want to use. But let's see some of the differences now, all right? So for the pop method, you just say your car dot pop. And now the next thing you're going to do is this. What do you want to actually remove? All right. So let's assume we want to remove our model. So let's say we want to remove our model. Okay. And you run this line of code. You see that once you write your pop model, then all these automatically or is removed, so to say. So now if you look at the dictionary once again, you will see that Audi, the model is no longer there, all right? So it has removed Audi, all right, the model. So in this case, the pop method, you just specify what you want to remove, by specifying the key. So then it removes the values. And so it removes everything, just remove everything, so you don't have that anymore in your list. So the other thing you can do is you use what you call, so you can call it the pop method. Pop method. All right. And the other one you can use is your pop items. All right. So if you want to use your pop item, you can say your car dot pop pop item. Okay. And so if you use your pop item, now you see that I'm not even putting anything in this, in this bracket. So what happens is this: the pop item will just remove the last element that you added, or the last item that you added to this dictionary. So now let's see what happens. So remember that we added color as our last item to this dictionary. So you see that it has removed the color, okay, from the dictionary. And if you ride your car and you run it, you see that you're not going to have your color anymore, okay? And so this is quite interesting. So the other one you can also use is your delete, which is your DEL, all right? And your car, okay? And you want to remove something, right? You want to remove something from your dictionary. So we now have, what do you have left? We just have the brand, the year, and the doors. So let's say we want to remove the doors. All right. So now if you ride your car, you see that we have removed the doors. Okay. So we now have just the brand and the year left. So finally, what you can do is this: you can clear all the items in this dictionary. And if you want to clear all the items in the dictionary, what you do is this: you call the method clear. So you say car.clear. Okay. And then once you run that, you see that all the items in the dictionary, they are no longer there. So it's not empty. So if you want to start creating more, and you can just try these, and please, if you just love these this lecture today, try to subscribe, and also click on the notification button so that anytime we upload a new video, then you can have access, you can see it immediately. So I really want to say thanks for watching, and I wish you the best. And I hope you improve daily on your Python skills. And anyway, just 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, depends on the time that you have. Just spend some time. And don't forget, once again, subscribe to this channel. I believe you're going to love what we're going to bring to you every time. All right. I wish you the best, and we'll see you in the next class.